Hollywood shines brightly, but not all that glitters is gold. Beneath the glamorous surface, many actresses have faced the harsh reality of addiction, particularly alcoholism. This struggle often leads to tragic outcomes, overshadowing their remarkable talents and contributions to film. The allure of fame can mask deep-seated issues, turning celebrated careers into cautionary tales. The stories of these actresses reveal the personal battles they fought, often in silence, as they navigated the pressures of stardom. Their journeys highlight the devastating impact of addiction, showing how it can transform lives and careers. The 10 actresses featured in this discussion exemplify the darker side of Hollywood, where the price of fame can be steep. Each story serves as a reminder of the fragility of success and the hidden struggles that can accompany it. The exploration of their lives uncovers the human cost of addiction, offering a glimpse into the pain that often lies behind the curtain of fame. Demi Lovato's journey is marked by incredible talent and deep personal challenges. She gained fame as a Disney Channel star in Camp Rock, showcasing her singing and acting skills. However, behind her bright public persona lay a long battle with addiction that started in her early teenage years. Lovato faced a range of substance abuse issues, including alcohol, cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine. This struggle was complicated by mental health issues such as bipolar disorder and an eating disorder, making her fight even more difficult. Lieutenant, the pressure to appear perfect in the public eye added to her pain as she dealt with her struggles in silence. In 2018, Lovato experienced a near-fatal overdose that resulted in serious health consequences, including brain trauma and partial blindness. Her 2021 documentary, Dancing with the Devil, candidly revealed her experiences, including family trauma and the challenges of fame. Today, Lovato actively advocates for mental health and addiction awareness, using her story to inspire others to face their own battles. Amidst the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, Farrah Fawcett emerged as a shining star in the 1970s. Her iconic feathered hair and bright smile captured the hearts of many, especially through her role in Charlie's Angels, which made her a cultural icon. However, her life was not as simple as it appeared. While she was not as publicly associated with alcoholism as some of her contemporaries, those who knew her understood that she battled with alcohol, especially in her later years. Her tumultuous relationship with actor Ryan O'Neal added layers of complexity to her life, filled with emotional highs and lows that often masked her inner struggles. Friends and biographers described her as fragile, contrasting sharply with the confident persona she displayed on screen. Alcohol quietly influenced her life, a fact often overlooked by the media due to her beauty and fame. Despite these personal challenges, Fawcett remained dedicated to her craft, eventually producing more serious and artistic works. She faced her battle with cancer head-on, documenting her journey with remarkable courage before her passing in 2009. Her legacy serves as a poignant reminder that even the most glamorous lives can hide deep struggles, illustrating the often unseen battles with addiction that many face. Born into a world of fame, Carrie Fisher was the daughter of Hollywood stars Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher. This background set the stage for her own rise to stardom, particularly with her unforgettable role as Princess Leia in the Star Wars franchise. However, behind the glamorous image lay a woman grappling with significant personal struggles. From an early age, Fisher faced the challenges of bipolar disorder, which led her to seek comfort in drugs and alcohol. This battle with addiction was not just a private struggle, it became a central theme in her life and work. Through her sharp wit and keen insight, she transformed her pain into compelling narratives. In her books, such as Postcards from the Edge and Wishful Drinking, she shared her experiences with addiction and mental illness candidly, using humor to address serious issues. Fisher described addiction as a deceptive trap, offering a false sense of peace while leading to deeper troubles. Despite periods of sobriety and a successful career as a writer and actress, the effects of her struggles were profound and lasting. Her untimely death in 2016, following a reported relapse, left a deep impact on her fans and the industry. Fisher's courage in discussing her mental health and addiction challenges helped to change perceptions, making her a beloved figure not just for her roles, but for her advocacy for those facing similar battles. Her beauty was undeniable, and at one point, Barbara Payton seemed destined to be the next big star in Hollywood. With a magnetic screen presence and a rebellious charm, she landed roles opposite legendary actors like Gary Cooper and James Cagney. However, her off-screen behavior soon drew more attention than her acting. Barbara's descent into alcoholism was rapid and public, Fueled by volatile relationships, including a scandalous love triangle that made headlines, she spiraled into heavy drinking and substance abuse. Her promising career evaporated almost overnight, leaving her struggling to find her place in an industry that once adored her. Desperate for money and relevance, she turned to sex work and posed for degrading tabloid photo shoots, further tarnishing her reputation. Multiple arrests and failed rehab stints followed, each time leaving her more battered and broken. In 1963, she published I Am Not Ashamed, a tell-all memoir that shocked readers with its brutal honesty. Yet, it wasn't enough to save her. By the time of her death at age 39, her body had deteriorated so badly that police struggled to identify her. Barbara Payton's story is one of Hollywood's most tragic, a woman chewed up and spit out by a system that celebrated her beauty, but abandoned her the moment she faltered. Lindsay Lohan was once a shining star in Hollywood, captivating audiences with her performances in films like The Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and Mean Girls. Her talent and charm made her a beloved figure among young fans. However, as her fame skyrocketed, the pressures of being in the spotlight began to take a toll on her life. The media closely followed her every move, and soon, her struggles with addiction became public knowledge. By her early 20s, Lohan found herself in a troubling cycle of DUI arrests and failed rehab attempts. Each incident was met with intense media scrutiny, which only added to her challenges. Alcohol became a gateway for her, leading her to experiment with harder substances like cocaine. The consequences were severe, resulting in lost acting opportunities and strained relationships. Despite her efforts to make comebacks, relapses often hindered her progress. Nevertheless, Lohan has shown resilience, openly discussing her battles and striving for sobriety. Her journey highlights the harsh realities of child stardom and the importance of support in overcoming personal struggles. Veronica Lake captured the hearts of many in the 1940s with her enchanting beauty and unique peekaboo hairstyle. She starred in iconic film noir movies like This Gun for Hire and The Blue Dahlia, showcasing her talent and charm. At the peak of her career, she was one of the most photographed women in America, embodying the allure of the silver screen. However, beneath the surface of her glamorous life lay a struggle with alcoholism that began early in her life. This battle was intensified by a troubled marriage and a series of professional disappointments that took a toll on her mental health. As her fame waned, she found herself increasingly isolated from the world that once adored her. By the 1960s, Hollywood had largely forgotten her, and her life spiraled downward. In her 1969 memoir, she candidly shared her painful experiences, revealing how she lived in cheap motels and neglected her children. She became involved with a man named Andy, who also struggled with alcoholism. His death from alcohol-related issues reflected her own tragic path. Arrests for public intoxication and multiple evictions marked her decline. Ultimately, she passed away from acute hepatitis in 1973 at the age of 50. A stark contrast to the glamorous persona she once embodied, her life story serves as a poignant reminder of the hidden struggles faced by many in the entertainment industry. Elizabeth Taylor embodied old Hollywood glamour like no other, with her striking violet eyes and captivating performances in films such as Cleopatra and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. However, behind her screen goddess persona lay a woman grappling with immense personal pain. Her long battle with alcoholism often mirrored the instability of her romantic relationships, especially her passionate, yet destructive marriage to Richard Burton. Their love story was legendary, but so was their shared dependence on alcohol, which became a constant presence in their lives. Taylor's struggle extended beyond wine and whiskey. She also became reliant on prescription medications, using them to numb both physical and emotional pain. In the 1980s, she made headlines as one of the first major celebrities to publicly enter rehab, marking a significant shift in how addiction was perceived in Hollywood. While she fought valiantly for sobriety and remained committed to recovery in her later years, she continued to face setbacks in private. Despite these challenges, she dedicated her later life to humanitarian efforts and became an early advocate for AIDS awareness and research. Taylor's beauty and talent were undeniable, but it was her inner fight against addiction and her courage to confront it publicly that made her story one of both tragedy and remarkable strength. Judy Garland was a remarkable figure in Hollywood, known for her incredible talent and the struggles she faced throughout her life. Most people remember her as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, a role that showcased her bright spirit and singing ability. However, behind her dazzling performances lay a story of hardship that began when she was just a child. While working with MGM, she endured a grueling schedule that took a toll on her health. To keep her energized, she was given amphetamines, and when it was time to rest, sleeping pills were prescribed. This dangerous cycle led to a lifelong struggle with addiction and mental health issues. As she grew older, her reliance on alcohol increased, often fueled by the pressures of being in the spotlight and the need to maintain her career despite her declining health. Garland faced numerous challenges, including being fired from productions like Annie Get Your Gun due to her unpredictable behavior. Financial difficulties plagued her, even with her immense talent and popularity. Despite her voice weakening and her health failing, she continued to perform, finding solace and identity on stage. In her later years, Garland experienced public breakdowns and tumultuous relationships, reflecting the inner turmoil she battled. Her life came to a tragic end in 1969 when she died from a barbiturate overdose at the young age of 47. Nevertheless, her legacy lives on, not just as a talented performer, but as a poignant reminder of the hidden struggles that often accompany fame. Gail Russell had a haunting beauty that captivated both directors and audiences. Discovered at a young age by Paramount, she starred alongside John Wayne in the film Angel and The Badman, showcasing her quiet grace on screen. However, off-camera, Gail struggled with anxiety and crippling stage fright. This affliction led her to self-medicate with alcohol, a choice that would have devastating consequences. As her fame grew, so did her dependency on alcohol, making it increasingly difficult for her to manage her career. Despite her talent and several attempts to regain control, she could not escape the grip of addiction. Her life became marked by arrests for driving under the influence and incidents of disturbing public behavior, overshadowing her once promising filmography. Friends and studios began to distance themselves, leaving her feeling isolated. In her final years, she lived in a small apartment filled with empty liquor bottles, surrounded by the fading memories of her past success. Tragically, in 1961, at just 36 years old, she was found dead from an alcohol-induced heart attack. The story of Gail Russell serves as a haunting reminder of how fame does not shield one from inner struggles, and the importance of recognizing and addressing such suffering before it is too late. Bette Davis was a powerhouse of classic Hollywood, known for her fierce independence and sharp wit. Her film career spanned over 5 decades, with iconic performances in films like All About Eve and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. She became synonymous with strength and unapologetic ambition, captivating audiences with her talent. However, her personal life revealed a different narrative. Davis struggled with alcohol, particularly during her stormy marriage to actor Gary Merrill. Their union, which began with on-screen chemistry, quickly devolved into frequent arguments, often fueled by drinking. While she maintained a composed public image, close friends and biographers noted her increasing dependence on alcohol, especially as she aged and faced shifting career prospects. Davis often used sarcasm and humor to deflect her deeper emotional wounds. Her daughter, B.D. Hyman, later wrote a controversial memoir that portrayed Davis as emotionally unstable and controlling, reigniting public interest in her off-screen life. Despite these challenges, Davis remained a survivor, continuing to work well into her later years and maintaining dignity in the face of scandal and failing health. Her story illustrates the hidden cost of resilience and the burden of maintaining a strong front while quietly battling addiction and heartbreak. While Hollywood often celebrates success and glamour, the stories of these 10 actresses remind us of the hidden struggles many face. Their battles with alcoholism reveal the darker side of fame, where the pressures of the spotlight can lead to devastating consequences. Each actress, despite her talent and contributions to film, faced personal demons that overshadowed her achievements. The allure of stardom can create an environment where addiction thrives, often unnoticed by the public. These narratives serve as cautionary tales, illustrating how quickly a promising career can spiral into tragedy. The impact of addiction extends beyond the individual, affecting families, friends, and fans alike. By sharing these stories, we gain insight into the complexities of life in Hollywood, where the pursuit of success can come at a high cost. Understanding these struggles fosters empathy and awareness, reminding us that behind every glamorous facade, there may be a story of pain and resilience.